O le whaamaavinga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, a o tapuni ai ofisa mo le whaawa yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa o membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua e whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni matua account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamalia mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono, po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Local voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili o tau. Ole la fo me o le patala o loa. Ona fa anga le fa tau o loa e o nga mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa so fo tau e le sia sa. Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana fa tau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Sai mo le talo for voucher. Ua mau le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa fa ngo fie. A me se le tferwa I mala telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo merkes o nei no do tamao le ainga.
Fa te tu la vole tal for voucher mo le foi au nang fo fa tai. Ma lu la le tampai.
Fa tai talo for voucher.
Teki talo for voucher.
Nisa, vinaka, and a warm Pacific greetings to you all. Nayarako o Pea, and welcome to BluTable Talanoa.
Vinaka, Naulago o Claudia, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so excited because we have a very special announcement today. So I'm gonna let Bear do the honors because honestly, I'm blown away by all the support and all the love that we've gotten. And without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So Bear, can you please?
Oh, I don't know. I think you do it.
What should I?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, okay, we go.
Guys, we are super stoked and feeling blessed beyond words to announce that our BluTable Talanoa podcast has been nominated for, drum roll please, the New Zealand Podcast Awards.
I honestly, when I saw that the nomination actually got through, I didn't believe it,
Yeah.
to be honest. And we wouldn't have gotten nominated without all our viewers that nominated us and submitted our very humble BluTable Talanoa podcast through. And we're taken aback. We're speechless, obviously, but we just want to thank every single one of you guys. Even if you've just tuned in once, twice, we want to thank everyone that's tuned in. Because without your love and your support, we wouldn't be here. And we thought, you know, in honor of this, next week we are actually gonna we're gonna dedicate one show to just you know, looking back, playing some bloopers, our favorite moments, some fails, like earlier this week when I choked and had to walk off the show. But honestly, guys, we are so thankful and
super blessed, super blessed. And look, I do want to quickly mention as well, Tui, E.T., thank you, Whawhetai Lava, for allowing Claudia and myself, our team, to share your platform with us. Producer Rams, producer Ryan, Martin. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm already saying my thank you speech. Those guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming to our awards. Look, guys, it is. I mean, right now it is only the nomination stage. We do still need your love and support, but just to be nominated and be up against some big hitters, it truly is. We're so blown away by it.
To even be on the same platform as, you know, as these amazing other podcasters like ZM and
For the Boys podcast, our brothers, Half Measures podcast, you know, the boys, what is it with us and the boys but they've supported us 100%. So please, man, show the love and support. You know, we're just blown away. We really are. Thank you to our sponsors, just the Blue Wave team, the Blue Wave Empire. My goodness, we are just super excited. I like how you said Blue Empire. Blue Wave Empire, guys.
But just a very friendly reminder, guys, that For the Boys podcast do have their live show later on today at 8 p.m. on their Facebook page. So tune in. It's honestly, and they do have a new member as well, so that's exciting as well. But guys, like Bear said, you know, this is just a nomination stage. We've made it, I guess, essentially we are finalists. And thank you so much for your support. But, you know, if we could humbly please ask for your support one more time. Or we kind of do still need your votes, please. Our producer, Ryan, has produced a video showing you how you can vote for us. And producer Rams will put that video up for you right now.
Oh, wow.
So it's not that hard, guys. All you need to do is go to NewZealandPodcastAwards.com, submit a podcast, and you're going to be greeted with 3 words. I'm just so blown away. But you just have to put in BluTable Talanoa, your email address, and then the link, our Facebook page. But it's all there in that video. And if you could take some time out of your busy day to vote for us, we would really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. And again, once again, you know, I did mention without the love and support, truly blessed beyond words. We're so blown away. And I did want to quickly say massive whawhetai lava to our sponsors, you know, because they have helped us build this platform as well. So a massive whawhetai lava to the beautiful, the wonderful, the intelligent whālute, Pacific 40, who has come up with a solution to help us here in New Zealand, around the world, to inject back some love back to Samoa. And of course, Lia Whionga, ya Whaimalo Alan Stowers of Pacific Easy Money Transfer, the easy and secure way to send extra cash to help our beautiful family in Ainga in Samoa. So please, if you need to learn a little bit more about these 2 services, you can find them on our platform, or just visit them on Facebook. Also, Maota o Samoa service station. We know that they have been there since day one, helping us push through so many of our shows. So a massive shout out to Maota o Samoa service station in Samoa. Laura, the Pacific Business Hub. We continue to come in, throw my jacket over here, throw my coffee cup there. Laura, you know, your love, your words of encouragement every single day. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, and we've got Seki Works, the beautiful Maria. Thank you so much for your love and support. I think we've bombarded Seki Works page with all of our shows. Thank you for your platform. Last but not least, the beautiful, wonderful Sei Oriana Mao and the team. We just thank you for sponsoring the clothing, the books, the prizes, the everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just even to all of the previous sponsors, if you've helped us, you are part of this, and this is dedicated to you as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I
and
feel
honestly,
like
we already feel like winners. You know,
Yeah.
even if we don't win this, we feel like we have already won because we have an amazing, amazing group of sponsors that continually show their love and support. And we have you guys, of course, that always tune in to watch us. And talking about awesome celebrations, this week we are also celebrating Fijian Language Week. And I have a joke for Bear.
You do.
As I do.
Here we go, Claudia, always putting me on the spot. Go.
So I'm actually very proud of this one. And I think you're going to love this too. But what did the giant say after he ate Fiji?
What did the giant say after he ate Fiji? What did the giant say when he ate Fiji? Cover?
Good answer, but no. So after the giant ate Fiji, he said, I want Samoa. Get it? I want Samoas and I want some more. Just got to dust myself up.
Everybody just make sure that you keep your bubble safe.
I'm very
I don't understand. I want some more. Right, okay. I love that. I actually do love that one. You got me there.
You have my permission to share that around in honor of Fijian Language Week.
And you know what else we want some more of? Your love and support. So please head over and show us some love. Share our platform, please. We on the daily are sharing stories from these awesome, inspirational people who their stories are unique. And you know, I can't say anything else. I'm just going to start getting all emotional.
Let me ask you this. It's Thursday.
Yes.
What's the forecast for today?
Oh, well, I don't know about this, Claudia. I really think that you're asking me to, well, it must be Bulla. It's Thirsty Thursday. Today's forecast is 100% chance of cover. So,
dun, dun, dun. Do you know, I feel like we're bringing out all the cheesiness today on the show, but you know, it's Thursday. It's one day before Friday, and we are honouring Fijian Language Week.
Yes.
Yesterday, the Fijian word of the day was rakavi, which is Fijian for rugby. And we had two amazing rakavi superstars yesterday. We had Tavita and Seta, and that was amazing. Now, do we have a Fijian word for today?
I think we did, but is it bisi nisi?
As in, mind your own bisi nisi?
Mind your own bisi nisi, as in business. Yes. And yes, we do have two awesome guests today on our show, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Now, our first guest on the show today, we have Siva from 679 Logistics, a community-based business located in Green Lane that was born out of the need to help our Fijian community. Now, 679 Logistics sends goods to Fiji and deliver door to door. Their participation in the freight forwarding and logistics industry is motivated by their desire to make the process of sending goods to
And I love that. Was birthed to help our people. Oh, our people are amazing. And our second guest is Bert Jang from Sweet and Me, a sweet business located in Onehunga that is based on Fijian culture. But the team at Sweet and Me go the extra mile to design and create flavours requested from you, the guest. Bert is a trained chef who came to New Zealand in 2012, working all over the country as a chef. But now he's living the dream, making Pacifica-style cakes through his Sweets and Me cake business, a specialty cakery that he says is true to the Pacific spirit.
And I'm so excited because he actually sent along some beautiful sweets from Sweet and Me, and we actually I'll open it up when the guests are on the show, but we are going to go into a quick break, and during that quick break we are going to be playing an amazing and really funny White Sunday video that Bea, Lorenzo and Asiata filmed, and it's trending. I'm going to say it's gone viral because it's absolutely hilarious. But don't go anywhere. We will see you very soon.
Stay tuned, guys.
Nisa Bula and happy Fijian Language Week. This morning I am heading into the Pacific Bisi Nisi Hub.
Bisi Nisi, the Fijian word for business.
Now remember to support your local Bisi Nisi, and
don't forget, mind your own Bisi Nisi.
happy Fijian Language Week.
Matey, sauni. Toi sauni. Iya.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, amen.
Toi iya.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, amen.
Matuai iya.
Mantuai, ole a fai mata uloto. Fa fetai le atua, ilona no fafua, lona no fa watu mau. Ele liu le fa vavau. Ono Yesu, amen. Fetai le atua, ilona no fafua, lona no fa watu. Lona no fa watu mau, ele liu e fa vavau. Yamanuela sao tamaiti.
Oh my goodness, the things the boys get us to do. And you know, the funny thing is, I have to admit, I am missing White Sunday just a little bit, and it was a reminder of how much we needed so much of this, that we grew up on this, and for 2 years in a row here in New Zealand we've missed out. And that, you know, the cute thing is this morning, I mean, I shared last night with the team that my dad, oh my gosh, 2 o'clock in the morning, he had it on loudspeaker, watching it over and this is the first time in a long time that I've heard my dad laugh the way that he did. And then this morning, I didn't disturb him or anything. I just let him watch it. And then this morning, I walked past, you know, with my mum and dad, and and I'm like, what is it, Dad? He goes, so I me ko loko. And I was like, oh my goodness. You know, that's just good. It feels, you know, and I think, you know what, look, this is my challenge to everyone that is in New Zealand and Australia. If you are in lockdown, guys, just dress up in white this Sunday. Let's do it. You know, if your church hasn't organised anything, dress up in white, do something special for the kids. I think I'm going to do the same as well. But, you know, Guys,
You know, I gotta say that you're quite a natural with that ruler, though.
stop it, Claudia.
But guys, you know, it is Fijian Language Week, and we are so excited to have two amazing guests today. And we are going to bring them on, and we are going to get them to introduce themselves. So, bula, guys, welcome to BluTable Talanoa. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Vinaka, Claudia, and Pea. Great to see you guys today. Vinaka, yep. Dolvina, namaste, assalamu alaikum to all the guests who are tuning in today. It's wonderful to be here. Very proud of what you guys are doing, and it's great to be part of it today.
Thank you so much.
Vinaka girls, glad to be here. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Happy Fijian Language Week.
Hola, guys. You know, and we are slightly embarrassed because, Bert, we've actually been pronouncing your name incorrectly, haven't we? Can you please correct us on how to say your name properly?
No, Bert's okay. My mom
That's
calls
our
me by my
nickname.
full name when I do something wrong.
Oh, okay.
Bert's okay.
So we'll stick with Bert. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, perfect. You know, guys, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. We'd love for you guys to introduce yourselves, and please, if you can, also do it in Fijian and then translate it in English, because we cannot get enough of the beautiful language. So Siva, if you could just please introduce yourself first.
Sure. Naka, Dolvina, Guiado, Sivaniolo, Wangabada, Naulago, Gisarvo ni Sambeto, Mainandi, Gusalame, with an empire going to Silandi, Vadolota, Mugede, Vimomo, Vimpulo, Vintel Niao. May navia sai viti mi varong ko tumene singa binani kuwa. Vinobali wikem ni varong tumani kuwa na dango sipa na ulango ngone ni Sambeto Mainandi. Tumaro takachiko na madawan ni wasapa viti na madawan go na wale buninda rawan ni manjo watachiko na program go na singa binani kuwa. Nimbule binakede mudol bina.
Thank you so much. And Bert, please introduce yourself as well.
Vinaka na Guiadango Bertrand. Ngoni lau seliana yau vasui tailevu o tikituku ingo epsom one hanga o nango daka e ando pasanga keke pies, all sorts of desserts. So amaura taka sarana na madawango na madawan ni bosa bakaviti. Vinaka baklevu, vinaka vikemurau, Pea and Claudia. Vinaka.
Oh, vinaka.
Honestly, I love the Fijian language, and I love how the R's are rolled, and there's a. I think that's probably why I enjoy the word rakavi so much, because it's so fun to say.
And you know what? I have to be honest. I think this is probably the most fun that we've had learning a language. So, man, shout out to all of our Fijian community who have just tuned in. But I love that.
Definitely. Now, guys, Siva and Bert, you guys actually know each other. So, Siva, can you explain how you guys know each other?
Sure. Yes. So Bertrand is a very good friend of ours. My wife, Kara, my beautiful wife, I should say, Kara. And she's, by the way, she's from Ngau, Lomaiviti in Fiji. She's a very good friend of Bertrand. In fact, they went to catering school together in Fiji. And so we got a call one Saturday, and young Bertrand was needing a bit of help to get some timber from a hardware shop to his new store. So we volunteered to use our car, and we got a trailer because we've got a tow bar, and we got all the timber out to the store, and that was really it was quite a bit of timber there to renovate the store to what I believe it is now. So we feel very proud of helping a fellow Fijian get started in his small business, and that was we're proud to be part of the humble beginnings of his store.
I love it.
I do, you know, and it's so nice. And there, you know, just there captured how the Pacific, that's exactly it, the Pacific spirit. Bert, what about you? Well, what do you have to share about that as well?
Oh, well, no one can miss Siva's wife, man. She's one of a kind. Just over here in New Zealand, she was at the back of everyone's bus stop and bus.
That's
she
right.
was on an ad. She's a very beautiful human inside and out, and we're so blessed to have wonderful friends. When you introduced me to Siva, I know him as Wanga, and then it was like, and I was like, that's not Siva, that's Wanga. Because I was just talking to him yesterday about wanting to get coconuts from Fiji. So 679 is hopefully going to be collaborating with Sweden and me in the near future.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
I love that so much. And Bert and Siva, I think you have actually sold your wife to us on how amazing she is. So I think we're going to
get her on the show. So she sounds amazing.
She was a model in Fiji, modeling for Digicel Fiji, and she's extended that to skinny mobile phones here. So that's what Bertrand was alluding to. Her face is all over the bus stops all over Auckland. So we were driving through Papatoetoe the other day, and the kids just went, "Mum!"
Really?
Because her face was on one of the stores and bus stops in Papatoetoe.
You know, Siva, I haven't seen your wife yet, but I'm sure you're a very lucky man.
Very lucky man.
I am a very lucky man. I have to say that. Yes.
Now, guys, in honor of Fijian Language Week, we thought that we would actually test out your trivia knowledge on Fiji. But before we get into that, I actually have one really funny joke that I'm very proud of that I shared with Bert earlier on. So I'm going to share it with you guys. What did the giant say after he ate Fiji? Do you guys know?
I know the answer.
Bert, do you know the answer?
No.
Okay, well, the giant
was very pleasant and said, with good manners, I said, "I'll have some more, please."
Yes. Bert, you can use that joke if you want. I think it's brilliant.
Honestly, and you know what? Reminding me of some more. I would like some more of this, because thank you so much for treating us with this. This is awesome. And a massive shout out to Pulo. Sarah, you have been an absolute gem this week. So thank you so much for helping us out this week. But here we go. The trivia questions. The moments everyone has been waiting for. The $1 million question. Question number 1. We will start with you, Siva. What are the 2 main resources that provide Fiji with money? Is it A, coconuts and minerals, B, sugar and tourism, C, banana and pineapples, or D, sand and pork?
B.
Well,
correct. Well,
the level of confidence too, and you were so quick to answer. I love it. Now, Bert, no pressure at all. But how many islands make up the country of Fiji? Is it A, 6, B, more than 120, C, more than 332, or D, more than 4?
B.
No. Oh, wait, did you say B or E?
Did you say B or C?
B. Okay, B, more than 120. It's actually more than 332. I believe there are 333 islands.
And I was really quite shocked. They must include all the little... Yeah, well, Siva would know because he's transporting everything over to those 333
Don't worry, Bert.
islands.
You're going to have your chance to redeem yourself.
Don't worry, Bert. There's 332 islands that you can get all of your coconuts from for your bakery.
Exactly.
Question number 3. What created the islands 150 million years ago? Was it A, moving Claudia, how many times?
Tectonic plates?
No, I'm just saying, I'm reading through, quickly browsing my items. I'm like, goodness, here we go, Claudia. Moving tectonic plates. B, an asteroid hit the main island. C, a wave hit Papua New Guinea. D, a volcanic activity?
I'd say A, tectonic plates.
It is D. I'm going with D.
Ah.
It's volcanic
activity.
But it sounds like Siva wants to challenge the answer for that. Do you think it's A?
No, I'm okay.
It's D. Yep.
Okay.
Volcanic activity.
Bert, you know, there is no way you can get this question wrong. So question number 4 for you, Bert. What is Fiji's traditional drink called?
Kava.
Yes. Well done.
Of course. Question number 5. Siva, true or false? Huh? Question number 5.
Yangona.
Oh, I think that's a Fijian way of saying it. No?
Yeah.
Yep. Question number 5. True or false? It's rude to wear a hat in a Fijian village.
Yes, it is. It is rude to wear a hat in the Fijian village.
That is correct.
Well done.
Look, we'll quickly, for our viewers who are kind of running, what? And interested in the answer, it is true. In Fijian villages, only the chief can wear a hat. It is considered as an insult for anyone else to don a hat, as the top of the head is considered sacred. It's also rude to touch someone's head and to wear shoes into someone's house. And I've experienced when I wore shoes in someone's house and I got it thrown at me.
Naughty.
Naughty girl.
Okay, Bert, final question for you. What 2 animals appear on the Fijian coat of arms on the flag? Is it A, kangaroo and an emu? B, a lion and a dove? B. Oh, yes. Didn't even need to finish the question. Well done.
Well, we knew we were going to have so much fun on today's show, but we didn't know we were going to have this much fun. Guys, we're going to get straight into it. I'm sure everyone is really wanting to know, all of the details behind the business.
Definitely. Now, Siva, I'm going to start with you. Why did you call your logistics company 679?
Good question. 679, actually, again, it's my beautiful wife who came up with that name. She's not just beautiful, she's very creative. And
Siva, I feel like you're going in for all the brownie points today.
Go for it. So what we have a couple of really good friends who are great supporters of ours. And in many ways, we wouldn't be where we are today without their support. A couple called Ilisoni and Lisa Samu Vondre, very, very good friends. So the 4 of us got together and we actually threw up some names and we came up with 679 Logistics, but it was 679 Logistics specifically that Kara, my wife, came up with. And so we settled with that name. So there was a bit of a, trying to think of a name that best reflects what we think, what our vision is, and what we want to do, what we want to achieve. And 679 Logistics really was that name. And a couple of people have asked us, so why did you name yourself 679 Logistics rather than 679 Freight something? I guess because we see ourselves more as freight is more specific to shifting freight from one place to another. Whereas logistics to us is a more generic term for moving things. So which is what we're about, moving ideas, moving visions, moving people, moving businesses. So we chose to call ourselves 679 Logistics for that reason, because it really represents us more and our ideas and our vision more than freight.
I love that.
I love that.
I love it was more than just, moving freight, because that's really what we see it as, just moving freight, but vision and ideas. Oh man, I'm so glad you're on the show today.
Now, Siva, I am going to read a comment that we just got from Kara. She said, "Stop trying to get brownie points, Naita." Or Naita.
Naita is a special, we you probably have it in Samoan as well, but we have these interprovincial relationships that are, so for myself coming from the Ba province or specific parts of the Ba province in the western side of Fiji, to hers, which is more the Central Eastern side, we call each other Naita. So we can, you know, we don't, once we introduce ourselves to each other, thereafter we know that we are of this relationship and we can just address each other Naita. So that's what she's. Yeah. And someone else would call, like for us in other parts of Fiji, we'll call each other Kai, or we'll call another province Tau. So, and Tau is more like the Kiwi-Australian relationship of giving each other a hard time. So Tau is like that. So when you come across two Fijians calling each other Tau, they're like the Aussies and Kiwis giving each other a hard time. So
I'm going to keep an eye out for that then.
It's kind of similar to the relationship that I have with Asiata. He gives me a hard time all the time, but absolutely love the brother, right?
Yes.
So Asiata is watching going, there's at it again. I love you, brother. Don't forget to tune in tonight at 5:30 for the show. Question for Bert. Bert, Sweet and Me has a beautiful Fijian culture influence. Did you have any challenges with this when trying to merge into the New Zealand Western market?
Yeah, I think for me, like starting off, I started my markets up in Panel. And Panel, as you know, the demographic there is mostly white. So a lot of folks there did not even know where Fiji was or what Fijian food was. So it was quite hard the first few months, but once they had a taste of it, you know, they were hooked, and some of them have been my customers since. Kara and Siva have been like coming to the markets as well.
Love it.
3 years ago, supporting me, and I guess it's just something that we as Pacific Islanders need to educate others, right? So we have to take it upon ourselves to let others know what soul foods are, what we were brought, what we as kids were fed, what our mothers taught us, what our grandmothers taught us. Yes. So once people have an idea of that, it's easy for them to get attached to our foods.
Now, we do have Tumua who's commented saying, one of the best cake places in Auckland is Sweet and Me.
Oh, that's
100
awesome.
and 100. She's got multiple 100 emojis.
Yeah.
And I think, well, actually, I think Tumua might be, also the owner of Danica Cooper as well. So shout out to Tumua. Oh, yeah. But, you know, just going off that, you know, Pānau, and again, I think everyone knows that this location is quite, I'm going to say it, uppity.
Well, let's just say that John Key used to live in Pānau. Should we say that?
So so that's to compare that, you know, John Key living in Pānau, and then you've got a Fijian-owned business, a cakery that serves up. You haven't changed anything, and I love that you've done that, and you've educated, and then you've pushed your culture through a region that often we wouldn't even go there because it's of that fear that no one's going to want to enjoy our amazing Pacific food. So shout out to you, Bert, because I love that. Yeah.
And we do have some sweets with us that we are going to be tasting on the show a little bit later. But Siva, 679 Logistics participate in freight forwarding and logistics. Could you please explain to us the difference between freight forwarding and logistics? Yeah,
sure. I'll just explain it in the context of, as I was saying before, in what we do. So freight forwarding literally means forwarding freight on to somewhere else from one location to another. And logistics more, as I was saying before, is more of a generic term that describes the movement of goods all around. So you have, you know, logistics transport companies and so on, and you've got freight, you've got air freight, sea freight. So when we think of freight, we are specifically more thinking of things like sea freight and air freight. But when you're thinking of logistics, it's a more general term that describes movement of goods from anywhere to everywhere, really. So,
gotcha.
So that's really why we chose to have the word logistics in our name. because that's more akin to what we are thinking and what we are envisioning and what we're doing. So, because it's not just that we don't see ourselves as a freight forwarding company. We tend to think in terms of, hey, if we're going to empower our people in Fiji, what projects are they working on? So we're more in the mode of tell us what your projects are. And if someone is sending a tractor for the farm, we want to be part of that project. We have a couple of Indian brothers wanting to send excavator machines to Fiji, obviously, to use them at the farm. So they're telling us their requirements and we want to be part of their project. So it's more the movement of ideas and projects and whatever that people are wanting to do back in Fiji, because we are in a unique position here with the lockdown, particularly with the lockdown of COVID-19. So many people are struggling in Fiji. It's just unreal. I'm sure as it is in Samoa and Tonga. But I've always said to our people here that we are in a privileged position because we are living here in New Zealand. We still work and we still earn money. And apart from just sending money, we could be sending tools for carpentry, for furniture turning, or for farming, or for a business. So in that way, we can help people here empower their loved ones and families in Fiji by sending tools and tools of business. So that's how we see ourselves.
My goodness, man, this vision that you have. I have another vision. Do you want to be our sponsor? I'm kidding. I just, you know me, if you know me, you know me. That's Pea. But no, I love that. And I'm just like,
sure, why not? Yes, we'd love to be a sponsor.
Oh man, well, I'm taking that. Look, Siva, I've actually previously worked, had a career in freight for I think about 13, 14 years. I was in the industry, and I know it is a high pressure job. And every mistake can be very costly. Why did you? It sounds like you've already answered the question. You've gone into the industry because you wanted to help our people. Is there anything apart from, do you see moving forward, expanding it to, like a global market?
Well, yes, global domination. Why not? Pacific Islanders. We're doing it.
Build your empire, mate. Build your empire.
We're doing it in Rakavi already, so why not?
Exactly.
Well, look, the vision we actually have is more of a 3-level strategy. So freight forwarding is the first entry point for us. So the way we see it is there are 3 levels to this thing. And obviously it's because of the vision that we have, wanting to empower our people. And our vision is really a result of talking to a lot of people and a lot of business friends of ours here in New Zealand in the Palangi community who are behind us and supporting us. And it's also a product of our own experience. We actually, before we switched to the logistics business, freight forwarding, we actually have our own IT consulting firm, because I'm actually an IT consultant by profession. So, and I've been in IT for 30 years, servicing large corporations. And my humble days started with ANZ Bank and ASB. And I expanded into fleet card, credit card processing with BP Oil. So I was a software developer. So that's my background. I've always specialized in retail solutions. So
Siva, you really are going for that worldwide domination, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm sitting here, I'm absolutely blown away. I'm like,
ticking everything off.
I know. I see why Kara fell for you, mate. Awesome.
Well, it's not the money because I haven't got any. It must be the looks then.
I love your honesty. So was it Kara's money then?
Exactly. So it's we're really, what we're doing is we're borrowing a lot of the things, our lessons or learnings from IT business, because when you're servicing large corporations like ANZ and BP, And I spent 4 years in the US doing that, and 2 years running my own consultancy out of Melbourne and Sydney before I went back to Fiji for 10 years. So all of those combined experiences are what we're bringing into 679 Logistics now. And what we do is we're leveraging on technology a lot. So our customers will see that over time, our website will become more of just being a website, informational. It'll be a place to interact. And we're looking at introducing things like very, very shortly, we're trialing it. A lot of our community members, like money can be an issue, payment can be an issue. So we're doing things like introducing Afterpay, for instance, as payment on our website soon. So that's coming soon, and we're already trialing it. And that'll just make it easy for a lot of people. So we chose to move into logistics from IT because we really saw a gap in the market because of people struggling with the costs, as an example, and also just the lack of transparency in this whole business, you know. So many hidden costs. So you'll be told, I'm sending goods and this is how much it costs here. By the time the families go to Fiji to collect the goods, there's an additional $300, $400, $500. So we just wanted to get rid of that because we were victims of that ourselves when we trialed by sending a container last year. And suddenly there were all these costs coming out of Fiji, which was more than what we're paying here. So what we're wanting to do is just make the whole thing just a lot more transparent and say, this is what's going to cost you end to end, all the way to your doorstep or in the lounge, wherever you want it delivered. And it'll cost you X. And there's no X plus Y plus Z and whatever else, you know? So that's really what motivated us to get into this business. And we're using technology a lot to make it, because you use technology, it becomes more transparent.
You know, Siva, I feel like your extensive experience and knowledge doesn't seem to fit with your age because you look very young. Yeah. Like, how did you jam pack all of this in such a short amount of time?
I know, because you know, and I love that as well.
I'm
because
actually quite an old fart, by the way.
You don't look it, though. You don't look it.
I was actually explaining to Claudia, you know, exactly that, the hidden costs. And it is unfortunate because our Pacific community are always trying to find a solution to help our families back at home. Yes. But we are, you know, we do, you know, there's that sting price where none of the initial cost will always draw our Pacific people. Yeah. So it's going to cost $100 to send freight. Yes. And that is the first thing, it's cheap. However, it is the hidden costs that continue to really get our Pacific community, you know, into this really sad rut where, you know, the cost. I love that. I love that you've done, because I actually explained to Claudia, there was one case where storage for one container that we actually sent in the past was about $10,000 in storage fees, because our people are not educated on how the freight forwarding system works. That's right. So it's awesome to have someone like yourself in the industry, because everyone sends freight. But it's those hidden costs that get us. So, man, I think I'm going to get back into freight. I've got a job.
Now, talking about high-pressure situations, Bert, you are a trained chef who's turned into a cake maker. What brought about this change?
I think I was just like, I started young as a chef. So I started working as a chef in the islands, in Fiji and Rarotonga, since I was 18. And then when I came here, it was just like a sixth sense. So it wasn't really a challenge for me, and I was getting bored of it because it was pretty easy. And I think when life's easy and there's no challenges, that's a good point to change something about your life. So at first I left chefing, and then I became a chef tutor, taught that, and then opened up a restaurant with a friend, and then I decided to switch to baking because it was so hard. I used to think that it was therapeutic back then.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
It's almost like a very scientific thing because you have to be very careful with how much flour. And this is what I've seen from all the bake shows. I'm not an expert.
No, it's just like that. I mean, like you can only see what's wrong once you've tasted it or once it's come out of the oven. It can't be like any other chef where you can just add more salt or more sauce, more water, whatever. With baking, it's like what you guys were saying. Like if you make one mistake, it'll cost you down the line, right?
Yeah.
So I think I just thought I just wanted to change in lifestyle, change in scenery. So I asked my best friend if she wanted to join me on the boat, and then my boyfriend had no choice. So
they never do.
No. So next thing you know, we're open up a cake business.
I love it.
And in one of probably the most difficult areas, but I'm congratulations, because it's awesome to see our Pacific Island community putting a stamp out there in Pea now. But look, I'm actually, no, I'm not going to go there. Because everyone's like, can you bake? No. You've had over 12 years of experience in hospitality. Right now, the industry is quite dull. We've had so many people, but who have experienced hardship during this time. But everyone in the industry is so positive and trying to show that positivity so that they can survive. Do you, with this experience, have any advice for any business owners that are struggling in the hospitality industry right now?
Yeah, I think just surrounding yourself with a good team. So that doesn't necessarily like mean a business team. It can mean like anyone, like, you know, your family, your friends, your church, because the situation is that you can't do anything about it, right? So you can only like train your best or like create work plans or goals that you can set outside of these levels. But I think all you can do is just adapt to the levels that we're in, and then strategize and just go with adapt and strategize, and then just don't lose hope and do what you can to survive.
Yeah.
Oh man, look, I've actually really enjoyed this. It's probably the two businesses that I've been quite, that I've done similar work with before in the past. So I'm bringing up those old memories. I'm like, oh gosh, I actually missed that high pressure life.
Yes. But you guys, honestly, you both have very, very charismatic personalities, and you saw that I attempted a very, I guess, funny Fijian joke earlier on. So I'm going to ask you guys, Siva, I'll start with you first. What is your best Fijian joke that you have?
Oh, Matt, there's a really good one that I have, but it's not specific to Fiji though, but it's more to do with Fijian names. You know, Fijian names can be really long and difficult to pronounce. So my surname is a prime example. So my surname is spelled Naulago, and it's pronounced Naulago. Of course, the Palangi friends that I worked with at ANZ Bank, they could never pronounce it properly. So it was never Naulago, it was always something else. And it was mostly no longer. So instead of Naulago, it was no longer. So of course, when I was working my younger days at ANZ in Wellington, I had a team leader called Peter Withers. So he's from England, yeah. He's and so Mr. Withers, Mr. Naulago, or Mr. No Longer. So anyway, now it came to a point where we were both leaving ANZ. I happened to leave first because I was joining ASB, and Peter Withers was leaving later. So our manager, senior manager Malcolm Jackson, came to do my my leaving speech, as it was, and he basically said, well, Now that Peter is also leaving, I have a great suggestion. Maybe the two of you could start a new funeral service called No Longer With Us.
Oh!
No longer with us. Because
I get
Peter
it.
with us. Girl, you get it?
I get it. I love it.
Maybe it's a great idea. You guys would do well.
I love it.
Start a new funeral service called No Longer With Us. So there you go. So that's
Well,
my
there you
Fijian
go.
joke for our Fijian names.
Do you know, that's really funny, and I'm just going to share this very quickly because this actually reminds me. So my name is, I'm South American. We also have very long names. So my name is Claudia Maria Sanchez Watanabe. And I remember in high school in year 13, you know, I got called up on stage by our principal because I was given this award. And she pronounced my name in front of a 2,000 people in the hall. She pronounced my name as Claudia Sanchez Wannabe. It's very, very embarrassing. But Bert, let's go with you now. What is your best Fijian or even just your best joke?
Best joke. Oh man. I don't know. I don't have any. Sorry.
You know what? That's okay. That's okay. We understand that. I don't have any jokes. I leave all the jokes up to Claudia here. So, look, guys, we have come to the end of the show. We're gonna taste this as well. But before we do, we just wanted from both, you know, Bert, yourself, and Siva, can you please share just an encouraging message? I mean, you know, we're in a global pandemic right now, and any positivity that you can share to potential will help anyone, you know, whether it's business, whether it's advice. What is that one encouraging message that you both have for our viewers today?
All right, excellent. Shall I start? There is a nice Fijian word that I like to use, and we post it on our page and also on our website. And it's called Sole Vaki. I don't know if you've heard of it, but you'll read about it on our website. Yeah, and it's a word that really describes community and coming together. And it's unique, really, not just the Fijians, but the Pacific Island community. But in Fijian, we use the word Sole Vaki more. And Sole Vaki is traditionally what we do when there is a wedding, there is a funeral, everybody comes in and pitches in together. So the concept of Sole Vaki is coming together and putting in together and for a common cause, whether it's a funeral or a wedding or a project or building a bure, a Fijian bure in the village. So that's what Sole Vaki is. And I think for us, this is something that we identify very strongly with, which is why we're a community-based business, because to make our business work and to make this service a success, it requires Sole Vaki, everybody coming in together. You know, we're doing our part, they have to do their part. So during this pandemic, it's just so much more important for us all to do Sole Vaki and to come together. And Sole Vaki is just not in terms of coming together with money or a project materially. It's also Sole Vaki in love and compassion and looking out for each other, you know. So Sole Vaki is a word I really love because it's strong, it's unique to the Fijians. It describes a lot of what we do, but we need to extend it into Sole Vaki of love and compassion. And in business, encourage to come Fijians to be in business. It's shocking in Fiji. Some metrics for you. We own 87% of all land in Fiji, yet our business participation is less than 1%. So it's shocking, shocking figures, yeah. And so, but the spirit of Sole Vaki is so strong that all Fijians living outside Fiji, last year alone, because of the pandemic, remittances alone, we sent 750 million Fijian dollars to Fiji, to our families in Fiji. So can you imagine what we could do with 750 million? So that's Sole Vaki, you know, that's the whole spirit. So if we have more vision about what we can do with that sort of money, I'm sure we'd go a long way. So money is obviously not the problem. It's just a lack of vision and coming together and just talking about this thing. So I just like to remind the Fijian community, you know, Sole Vaki, embrace it, embrace it, and come together. Starts with opening yourself up. For Sololevaki to work, you've got to open yourself up to begin with. Come together. Don't put a fellow Fijian down. Support him. Let's move away from the tall poppy syndrome and let's support them instead. Listen to their ideas. Listen, contribute, and then in doing so, you may even realize opportunities that you can get into. And so we, and some of us are here, we've all got, let's not underestimate ourselves as Pacific Islanders. We have accountants, technologists, you know, logistics, all engineers, lawyers. So Sololevaki, when we move away from the tall poppy, shove them down syndrome and embrace Sololevaki, we uplift each other. So that is really would be my word of encouragement. Sololevaki to everyone. Thank you.
Sololevaki, you know, I think we're gonna have that be the Fijian phrase for the day. Sololevaki.
Sololevaki.
Beautiful.
That's two soles to one Sololevaki.
Sololevaki. Sololevaki, I love it. Two soles.
Two soles. So that's two Samoans in one Fijian.
I can't deal with this. Love it. Bert, what is your encouraging message for all of our viewers today?
I guess to just love yourself, hey. If that comes in the form of eating what you want, drinking what you want, watching what you want to do, I think you should just like love yourself during this pandemic and I don't know, appreciate or find appreciation in the things that you can find at home or at your workplace where you can. But yeah, for me, it's cocktails on Fridays.
Yeah, and you know what? For us on Thursday, it's going to be treats from Sweet and Me because Bert, it doesn't even matter that you don't have a go-to joke because
beautiful. Look at that.
This looks amazing.
Too nice. I'm
already like,
to buy mine.
You'll see that there is a bite missing here already because Bear's already started digging in. But Bert, could you just explain a little bit of what's in here?
I love it.
So we've got coconut buns, which is like a coconut brioche in a coconut sauce. Cassava cake, which is a traditional Fijian dessert. Purini, which is very similar to the Samoan pulingi. Yeah. And that's served with coconut caramel sauce. And then we have coconut twists. So it's something that I grew up with as a child.
Honestly,
oh my gosh. I love it. And
so good.
Oh my gosh, it's a bummer.
Ladies, find yourself a man that can cook like this.
Yes. Look, it has been an absolute honor. We are both blown away. Your presence has definitely uplifted our spirits today, and I'm 100% sure, hand on heart, sure that it's uplifted the spirits of so many of our Fijians, our Pacific community, and just New Zealand in general, and the whole world, because everyone's going to be watching this show after this. Thank you so much, Siva and Bert. Honestly, we really, I'm lost for words as well, but thank you so much. For making the time for us here on the show. Claudia, did you have anything to say?
I just want to say a huge thank you. And Steve, I think you wrapped it up nicely when you said, when you shared with us Sololevaki and Bert, when you said you just got to love yourself. Honestly, two amazing, lasting, encouraging words. So thank you so much. And thank you everyone for tuning in. And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow. Happy Fijian Language Week.
Well, happy Fijian Language Week. Thank you. Naka.
The phrase of the day is Pongona Tuakangu, which means this is my older brother or sister, Vinaka. Bula Vinaka, Nayadangu Otale. The word of the day is Tuakangu, which means older brother or sister. Vinaka.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, amen.
Toia.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, amen.
Matuai ia.
Mantuai, ole a fai matauloto. Whawhetai le atua, e lona no whafua, lona no whawatu mau. E le riu le whawavau. Ona Yesu, amen. Whawhetai le atua, e lona no whafua, lona no whawatu. Lona no whawatu mau. Ele liwe whawa mau. Ia manuela sao tamaiti.
Whaamama avenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa a o tapu ni ai ofisa mo le whaava yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ua o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking o le matua i whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni mato account o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga i Samoa. E ia inga i tahu na whaamalia ina. Mo nisi whaamatalanga i le nei au unanga fo. Bala au le telefoni o valu se lau o tasi o nono po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa i le valu tolu o.
Noqu Vosa is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tūranga pitusili o le tāu. Ole lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. Ona whaanga le e whaatau i o loa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa so fua tau e lesi sa. Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Ila wana fa tau ma me te mga oi. Ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher o mo le apususi o se o fine. So se paro loa fa ngo fie. A me se le tferwa i mala telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo merkes o nei no dor tamao re ainga.
Fa te tu la vole tal for voucher mo le foi au nang fo fa tai. Ma lu la le tam fai.
Fa tai talo for voucher. Teki talo for voucher.
Tau tua mare au nanga mo tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau teu tuina lo ta vale, ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga i se. Ai le ngata foi le, ma tau te sia ke ina fo i lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik pak ulusan? Awalnya telepon, matu tu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posibilidad, mua, tapi lah ucapan lepas itu. Mua, tapi lah telepon ni time itu ini lah ucapan. Malah bayang mulu. Mana tua fo e matua i whasa aina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga whaptengi. Ota Samoa, ole mota mo Samoa. Mato te fia e au na pea mo oi Samoa. Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Esquire, baby. Rex, J Sands. Oh, say I'm say you are complete to me, Agelio. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, Noqu Vosa come here. Yeah, they on the layout, dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah, say, Tama in and not the bite, say.